Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. fluxjelly here, going to be bringing you guys a TVZ on Shakuras Plateau. This game is going to be between bratOK and mTwDimaga, two really high-level players. They're both, really well-renowned for their play, unorthodox play too. I mean, both these players do some pretty outrageous stuff, so this should be a pretty interesting matchup we have here. Shakuras Plateau is a pretty good match for TVZ. I mean, it's fairly even. One good strategy is a lot of Terrans like to put tanks on these little ledges up here. It pretty much gives them control of the center of the map, and they can just pretty much expand at will and do whatever they want, and keep the Zerg contained. So that could be something we see here in this game. But at the same time, there is a lot of easily defended expansions for the Zerg. I mean, you can take this third here, you can take this third or the fourth, Like, these bases are all pretty easily defended. There's only one way to get through, and that's the middle. So if you can control the middle of the map, then you can pretty much essentially get all the bases you need. So it works out for both races pretty well. It's just whoever uses it the best. Probably going to see, I don't know, I feel like we're going to see a hatch first out of Dimaga, just because a lot of Zergs are doing hatch first now against Terrans, because, I mean, 2-Rax has been done. Everybody knows how to defend it now, so, I mean, 15 hatch can be defended pretty easily. We do see that scouting drone going out now for Dimaga. bratOK actually throwing a barracks on the low ground, so that's pretty interesting. Might be looking to grab a quick expansion, not really sure there. I don't know why he'd put it on the low ground when he put the supply depot up here, but, interesting nonetheless, so we're going to see what he's going to do with that. Now, the drone is going to see this, however, so Dimaga is going to know that something's probably going to be up. He might be actually going 2-Rax with this SCV. Yeah, so he's actually doing a 2-Rax, so I guess he's wanting to get a little bit closer to Dimaga's main here, but he is going to see it. So he knows the 2-Rax is coming. He's just going to throw down his pool. He should be alright. He should be able to defend this pretty easily. He's actually still droning, however, so that's pretty ballsy from Dimaga. He's still getting drones. He either knows this timing really well, or he's being a little bit too greedy, because this is, he snuck in 2 drones after seeing those barracks, so that's pretty impressive. Actually, another drone, so he snuck in 3 drones after seeing those barracks, so he should be throwing a pool down fairly soon. He does have that hatch down, so he will have some extra larvae once that pool finishes. So yeah, there's a pool there right now, and another drone popping out. So Dimaga droning up pretty hard. Another thing might be that he knows he's going to have to defend with drones, so he's trying to get as many drones as he can. Just so if he loses a couple, he'll have, more left. So we do have that first Marine on the way with that SCV. So SCV probably going to be looking to throw it on a bunker. I doubt he'll actually get it down, because Dimaga is going to be able to defend this. I mean, that SCV shouldn't be able to put anything down. He's going to check for a third. He sees that it's not there. So he is actually, no, he didn't even scout yet, so he didn't even know where Dimaga was. That's pretty cool. So he is going to see Dimaga here now. Dimaga has got that drone on patrol, so he's not going to get walled in. He does see the SCV, so he's going to start picking at it. And I don't think this SCV is actually going to throw a bunker down, just because, I mean, the drone's after him now, so he's not going to have enough time. The pool is finished, so we are going to see some lings here. And bratOK actually expanding behind this 2-Rax, so I guess what he was trying to do with that, he didn't actually put on any pressure. I guess he was trying to force a lot of lings out of Dimaga. He forced 8, but Dimaga got that hatch first down, so the 8's not actually going to hurt him too much, and he did drone up pretty hard before putting his pool down. So really good game sense there by Dimaga. He did have the timing down in his mind. He does get some lings out now just to get a little bit of map control, do some scouting. This SCV is going to go down. And yeah, so it looks like bratOK's just going to try to expand behind this, and we'll see what kind of play he goes into. He's throwing down 2 gas right now, so we should be seeing a factory as soon as he gets that 100 gas. I do expect to see a starport as well, just because you wouldn't go double gas if you're just getting a factory. Dimaga now sending out 2 links to each tower, and now another link over in front of the main here. A lot of Marines coming out from bratOK, though. He is still continuing with the Marine production. He's not throwing out any more barracks, though, which is kind of curious. He must be saving up for that factory right now. And that command center is almost done, so he's going to have double mules soon. If you look at the income tab right now, we do have a 23-20 for Dimaga and drones, but I mean, if you count in the mules, bratOK's still pretty much even with Dimaga. We do have a spine crawler going down now too. Dimaga trying to be a little bit defensive. Probably expects Hellions, because a lot of Terrans, I should say, like to use Hellions to control the Zerg. It's really effective. I mean, you can, if anything, you just stay here and avoid and just stop the creep spread and keep the Zerg in his base and not able to expand and stuff like that, while you can do whatever you want, basically. So that orbital is going down now. The factory is also on the way, so that is it's going to be done fairly soon. Probably going to see a starport after that, I do suspect. A link going out now to scout for Dimaga. A lot of Marines out now for bratOK, just checking around, see if he can find any overlords to kill. A lot of Terrans don't do this, but they should. The early overlord kills, man, they're killer. I mean, they just hurt the Zerg so much. They supply block you, and then you have to make another overlord, which is another larva wasted, and then you have to wait for the larva to, or for the overlord to pop before you can get more drones. It's really, really menacing in the early game. We do have 1 gas now from Dimaga, so he's going to start teching fairly slowly. He's not throwing out any more gas, so he's probably going to try to drone up really hard. And 2 starports actually on the way for bratOK, so we are probably going to see some Banshees here. there would be no other reason to throw down 2 starports other than Banshees. Early Banshees are really good against a Zerg who's not prepared, and as you can see, I mean, Dimaga's not even getting his lair yet. He's throwing down his 2nd, 3rd, and 4th gas now, so he is going to start teching, so his lair is going to be pretty close to getting these Banshees, so we're going to see if they're going to be able to do any damage. Is he going to be throwing some tech labs down? He should be. Yeah, there go the 2 tech labs, so we are going to have Banshees. Not sure if he's going to get Cloak or not. I don't think he's going to have enough. Actually, he might have enough gas for Cloak even by the time those tech labs are done, so if he has double Cloak Banshee, that's going to be really hard to deal with. There is no Evo Chamber from Dimaga, so he's not going to have any Spore Crawlers to detect this. He's going to have to rely solely on Queens and Overseers to deal with these Cloak Banshees, so that's going to be very interesting if he can pull that off. So keeps still droning. He's droning pretty hard. If we look at the income tab now, he's 10 ahead of bratOK with another 10 drones about to pop. The 2 Banshees are on the way, along with the Raven energy upgrade. So he's actually going to go into Ravens, and Mass Raven is a really, really strong build that not a lot of people do because it is kind of hard to control. But I mean, Mass Raven is so good. I mean, a lot of Terrans do that to me, and I can't handle it because it's just, what do you do against it? There's so many things they have. They have PDDs, so you can't use mutas, and Seeker Missiles, so you can't use mutas. Corruptors, I mean, yeah, you can use Corruptors, but then you have no ground army. I mean, it's really, really tough to deal with. We're going to see how Dimaga deals with this now. bratOK is going to get those 2 Banshees. He's probably going to start getting Ravens now after these Banshees are done. I do suspect these Banshees will be able to do a fair bit of damage. The Baneling Nest is on the way for Dimaga, but no Evo, and that Evo is going to be important because he's not going to have any Spores now. And Spores will make this defense a lot easier. I mean, a Banshee takes a Queen one-on-one, so you're going to need a lot of Queens. I don't think he even has enough energy for a Transfuse. I think he has enough for 1, that's it. So, I'm going to be curious if he can actually hold this off. We do have a link coming in now. The Banshees are actually on the way. They are probably going to deny this 3rd. I don't know how Dimaga's going to be able to defend this if... yeah, he doesn't have any Queens, really. I mean, he's only got this one. Spire's actually on the way, so that's going to be a really good help against those Banshees. But, I mean, this 3rd should be getting denied. There are Queens running over now. I don't know if they're going to be able to get there in time. This is going to be extremely close. An Overseer is now morphing in, so he is going to be ready for Cloak. It wasn't actually researched, though, so he's not going to have to worry about that. The Queens actually have arrived now, and he might actually defend this. I don't know if he's going to try to focus fire the Queens down. Yeah, he actually is going to try and kill the Queens here. He does get 1 Queen. This Queen has a Transfuse here, so he has to be really careful about that, and he's actually trying to scoot and shoot the hatchery, but I don't think he's actually going to get the hatchery. It's getting kind of low, but he's going to be getting attacked by those Queens, and the hatchery actually does stay alive. He doesn't kill the hatchery. Wow. So the hatchery survives with 108 health, and it's making another Queen. He's going to be able to transfuse this back up a little bit. We don't have an Evo yet, I don't think. Still no Evo out of Dimaga, so very, very gutsy play there. He's not going for that Evo. He doesn't want to waste the drone and the minerals. His Spire Tech is now done. There are some Ravens on the way, however, so... I don't know if he has a Seeker Missile. No, he doesn't have Seeker Missile yet, so he only has those auto turrets and PDDs to deal with the mutas so far. But, I mean, at the same time, they are still good against mutas. I mean, the PDDs stop all attacks, so... I do suspect a couple transfuses coming down here from Dimaga. I mean, why not? He's got this hatchery up and running now, but it's really low health. I mean, there's the Evo now, we should say, from Dimaga, so he is actually going to try and probably defend that with Spores. But I mean, at this point, look at how low this hatchery is. He could just go in and shoot this a couple times with the Banshees and take it out. He does need to transfuse this up, or it is probably going to get picked up pretty easily. We do have a drop in right now from bratOK, so he's going to try to come in and just pick off this hatchery with a couple of Marines and then probably get out of there pretty quick. But the mutas are actually going to see this drop, and the mutas are engaging, but they shouldn't be engaging. He did spot the drop, so he should be bringing over his lings right now, and yeah, that's what he's doing. He's going to bring over his lings and deal with this with the lings, and just probably take out the medevacs with the mutas. So really good play by Dimaga there. He should be able to defend this. Plenty of lings there to kill these Marines. And yeah, these Marines just stuck in no man's land. A lot of medevacs going down. But the drop does get taken out. The two medevacs are down. The Marines are down. So not much of a ground army now for bratOK because he's going for this Raven style. He can pretty much only make Marines, but he doesn't have enough gas to make all those reactors. And I mean, he's in a really tough spot. He's just throwing down a lot of racks at this point and just getting a pure Marine army. He does have Stim. I'm not sure if he has Combat Shield. He has it on the way. So Combat Shield is on the way. But a lot of racks going down, essentially, and his fourth base going down for Dimaga right now. He is transfusing that hatchery back up, so it is going to be up to full health relatively soon. He does have that macro hatch, which is really important if you're going a heavy ling style like this. You just need the extra larva because you're not going to be able to spend all your money with the larva you have. So you do need that macro hatch to get out more lings and use up all your money. If we look at the army, I mean, Dimaga is pretty far ahead in the army. If you look at the income tab, and Dimaga is really far ahead. Now, bratOK does have double mule, which does close that gap a little bit, but I mean, look at Dimaga's still, even with mules, he's got that huge mineral lead, which is pretty essential. The gas count is the same, is actually in Dimaga's favor, I should say, because he has these two gas down here at his third. So Dimaga looking really good right now. He's going to come in and try to do some muta harass. There's a turret here, so I don't expect him to do that much damage. He will actually probably be able to maybe pick off this gas. Not even, though. There's a lot of Marines there, too, so this is going to be easily defended by bratOK. And there are missile turrets pretty much everywhere in the main, which a lot of Terrans actually don't do. They'll get a couple in the mineral line and to deal with that harassment, but they don't actually put any in their production, so that could be a big opening for a lot of players. And Secret Missile's actually done for bratOK now, and that's going to be his turn to move out now. He's going to see what he can do with these Secret Missiles. He's going to try and grab a third behind this as well. This Ling might be denying this command center from landing. We will see. He's going to actually go over and take it out. A lot of mutas over here too, so this is going to be a really, really big engage here if he does decide to, because these mutas are just going to get shredded by these Marines, I should say. Yeah, he does actually get out there. Really smart. You don't want to engage. You don't want to engage directly with mutas. And a Secret Missile going off, and it almost did hit the mutas, so they will be able to get away from that. Secret Missile is faster, but it's still slower than mutas. They did give it a pretty big speed increase, but it does actually do a lot less damage now, and you can see how close that was from actually hitting. And look at this, all the Marines getting surrounded by the Lings and Banelings. I don't think there's enough here. Wow, big Secret Missile going off on all the Banelings there, but there's just too much from Dimaga. A lot of Mutalisks also get taken out there because of the Secret Missiles, but I mean, there's just not enough here. Dimaga has just too much of an army here. All these SCVs are going to get taken out. The Ravens don't have enough energy for any more Secret Missiles. They're getting taken out by the mutas. And a really, really good engage here. This probably is going to be GG, actually. I mean, there's just nothing that bratOK has right now to deal with all these Lings and Banelings. A lot more Banelings rolling into the main here. They're going to be killing off all these SCVs, I would say. Yeah, there goes a lot of SCVs right there. And they're just running into the main now. They're into the production. This is really bad, and bratOK has a GG out of here. So, yeah. The thing about that was Dimaga actually engaged that before bratOK had enough Ravens to be pretty much, invulnerable. I mean, he only had like 3 or 4 Ravens. Once it gets to like 6 or 7, you just can't do anything with them. I mean, you saw how 2 Secret Missiles took out so many mutas and Banelings. So, really good game sense there by Dimaga to know when to hit right when the Raven count was really low. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more.